Traditional demi-glace is time-consuming and expensive to make. We're gonna change that by going over techniques I learned working at Michelin-star restaurants so you can make quality demi-glace at home. I like to use chicken bones to make my demi-glace instead of veal because they're cheaper, easier to source, and they only take 4 hours to cook instead of 20. Plus, most people can't taste the difference. When I break down chicken, which I do a lot, I will save the wings and the necks. The rest of the bones I use for stock. The skin gets rendered, best fat to cook chicken in. And the meat, well, you know what to do. I use necks, wings, and feet to make the jus for my demi-glace. They have the highest amount of collagen, which breaks down into gelatin, giving our sauce body. Lay 2 pounds of necks and wings with 1 pound of chicken feet on a wire rack. The rack will allow air underneath for a more even browning. Roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes, rotating halfway. Remove the chicken from the tray and glaze with 150 milliliters of red wine. Adding heat to the tray will make it easier to bring up all the fond. Transfer into a pan and reduce to a quarter, then add it to the chicken. Top with cold water and slowly bring to a simmer. This will help ensure a clear and more flavorful jus. The difference between a jus and a stock is that you add in the fond from the roasting tray by deglazing it with a liquid. Once the impurities start to float, pull the pot halfway off the burner to create a convection simmer. This will make it easier to skim, but will also prevent any impurities from emulsifying in. Dip your spoon in some water to prevent adding the impurities back to the jus. Once all the impurities are removed, simmer the jus for 2 hours. Chop 1 leek, 2 stalks of celery, 2 carrots, 1 medium onion, and half a celery root into 1-inch pieces and coat with 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. Tomato paste brings umami and color to the jus, but adding too much can overpower the flavor. Roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes, stirring halfway. Give your jus 1 good skim if needed. Once you add in all the vegetables, it becomes harder to skim. Once it is simmered for 2 hours, add in the vegetables and cook for another 2 hours. Turn off the heat and add in thyme, bay leaves, peppercorns, and let it sit for 15 minutes. It's common to add in parsley stems, but I only add them if I have them on hand. Let the jus rest off heat for 15 minutes, which will allow any particles to sink to the bottom. Ladle the jus into a strainer over another pot or bowl, being sure not to disturb the bottom. Then filter through 2 strainers to remove any particles. I like to cool the jus, then remove the remaining fat. This will also allow you to see how concentrated the gelatin is. Place into a wide pan with shallow sides. This will help the water evaporate faster. When cooking jus or stocks, you want to cook low and slow, but when you go to reduce it, you want to go nice and fast to prevent cooking off too much of the aromatic and vegetable flavors, which would give you a flat jus. Skim the demi-glace to remove any extra scum that floats up. I like to keep half the jus unreduced. This will allow me to add meat trimmings like lamb or beef to a sauce to complement a dish. I have some recipes coming up where we'll do this. Then cook until nappe, which means to coat the back of a spoon. I like to portion the demi-glace into an ice cube tray, then place them into a freezer bag and squeeze out all the air to help prevent freezer burn. The easiest way to turn this into a sauce is to warm up some demi with crushed garlic clove, a sprig of thyme, and some butter. Ideally flavored like this black truffle butter, linked in the description. This sauce has crazy umami flavor for how simple it is. If you want something more complex, reduce 150 milliliters of Bordeaux wine with 15 grams minced shallot, 2 grams black peppercorns with 1 thyme sprig, and cook until all set, which means almost dry. Add in 60 grams demi-glace and infuse on low heat for 2 minutes. Finish with sherry vin, 10 grams of butter, and 10 grams of bone marrow, then strain. This is known as sauce Bordelaise. Traditionally, you would add lemon and bay leaf. If you substitute the bone marrow for equal parts butter, you'll have sauce Marchand de Vin. This sauce is fairly complex and pairs perfectly with steak.